People, I'm back. Okay, and I got some things to talk about that involve somewhat some philosophy of religion, somewhat some reason in general, because I've been thinking about a lot of philosophers following Kant, and a couple of them I'm thinking about is Jacobi and Mendelssohn. And first I want to talk about Jacobi, but I want to discuss a few things in advance. Being, I want to talk about Spinoza, Baruch Spinoza. I want to talk about the Aufklaerung, or the Enlightenment. I want to talk about and then I want to talk about pantheism. First of all, Spinoza, Baruch Spinoza, he wrote things like the Ethics. He had a correspondence between himself and Leibniz, and he also in his writings, he had something that's called Spinozism, which was a general theory that was led to because of reason, which believed that God was a form of matter and was, in the universe mostly. And this is, Spinoza and pantheism kind of go hand in hand here. That God is matter, God is reduced to matter, and that God is form, and that that everything is here. But I want to look at this not more from a Spinozist way. I want to look at this more from pantheism, because I understand it better with pantheism. Pantheism is the religious belief that God is not omniscient, God is not all-knowing, He's not all-powerful. God is with us. God is the universe. God is here with us. He is reduced to matter. He is not, he's not all-knowing, and there's a sort of determinism that's going on here, which means, well, according to pantheists, that we don't all have free choice in what we say. Or in what we say and do, we don't have free choice, according to pantheists. Now, this is somewhat of a problematic theory, pantheism is, because, if you think that God is not omniscient, and that God is a part of the world, and it being, it's just a being of the world and things like that, that's problematic. But during the Aufklärung, or the Enlightenment, this was that and Spinozism were two things that went hand in hand because of the main theme of the Aufklärung, which was reason. Reason was the main thing, because before the Enlightenment there was belief in traditional things and belief in things that has been done for thousands of years, and the Enlightenment was the war against that, because they thought that reason was the way to go. And reason led to Spinozism and pantheism, which went against the Catholics, went against all the Christians that were back then. And Spinoza got branded atheist because of his pantheist beliefs, and then there was this priest Lessing who proudly proclaimed himself Spinozist, but still not an atheist. But really, what I really want to talk about is the pantheism controversy, because it mainly goes down between the line between following reason and not following reason. Wherein Jacobi, who was a philosopher of that time, thought that one should not follow reason, one should follow faith. Jacobi believed that if you followed reason, you would live by reasonable things, and then you would fall into Spinozism and pantheism and fateful things like egoism, nihilism, atheism, and solipsism, and things like that. That's what he thought. But that was his basic idea. that if you abide by reason, if you live your life by reason, that is what will happen to you. You will fall into those fatal things like atheism and nihilism and egoism and things like that. But this is the main stage that, if you follow reason, this is what he thought that would happen to you during this whole movement of enlightenment and reason. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that if you follow reason, do you think that if you follow reason that you'll fall into rational things like atheism? Furthermore, do you think that atheism is rational? Do you think that solipsism is rational? Do you think that nihilism is rational? I don't think nihilism is rational, but what do you guys think? Personally, I'm kind of divided on the issue, but I'll talk about that more, because in the next video I'm going to talk about a guy named Mendelssohn, who, but by the way, Jacobi was a big Christian, and he thought that we should have faith in Jesus and be a good Christian, not have faith in reason, but faith in Jesus. And he was Christian, as was Mendelssohn. Mendelssohn was also a Christian, but he believed that reason would lead you to Jesus in it, and that reason would not lead you to atheism. So, what do you guys think? Tell me below, please. I'll see you guys later.